Hello and welcome to Storytime with R. Storytime. It's great. It's a good time. Anyway, I've got my storytelling dungarees and my red wine, so we're gonna get a little bit crazy. The first one is Hephaestus' wooing of Athena. And actually, I've never looked up this myth. This is something I was told by a guy at a bar, and he was hot, so I was listening. Or attempting to listen, at least. Cheekbones? Anyway, um, enough about this. I was listening to him and he's like, oh, blah, blah, told me this myth, and I was like, oh, this is really interesting. Until he started comparing himself to Zeus, and I was like, sorry, more of an Apollo type dude, you know. Anyway, so here we are. Hephaestus is, in the myths, a pretty chill dude. I mean, apart from the whole trying to like beat up the Olympians, that was like at one point, whatever. Anyway, so at one point he was like, hey, Athena, wanna, I don't know, have sex? And Athena, being a virgin goddess, was like, no, I'm fine. So he was like, come on. And she was like, no. So eventually they formed a compromise that he'd jack off on her leg and all would be fine. So he did, and she was like, okay, it's kind of gross. I don't want this to, I don't know, like stain or whatever. So she like wiped it off and just chucked it on the ground like, yeah. And the ground, Gaia, got pregnant with leg jizz. It's my favorite. It's my favorite one. So we've got some others. One is another one to do with Hephaestus. He was born lame. He was born crippled, and his mum's Hera, because Hera is married to Zeus, and Zeus, it's well known, is Dick of Champions. Apparently, he's super good because he's king of the gods, and I feel like that would get you some serious action. So he's like, hey, woman, sleep with me. And Hera's, who is the goddess of being faithful, is like, that's not cool. And he's like, shut up, I'm the king, I can do whatever I want. And Hera's like, whatever, I'll just have a baby by myself. Like, fuck you, Zeus, I don't need you. So she goes off, I don't know. It's like asexual reproduction, and I have this theory, right? Okay, Star Wars. Joel's is gonna kick my ass, but hey, whatever. Whatever, good job. That, asexual reproduction, right? Technically, if it's only made by one person, it only has the chromosomes of that one person that made it. So, Anakin technically only has XX chromosomes, right? I raise you, trans Anakin. Because his father's the Force. Force doesn't have no chromosomes. You know it, I know it. Anyway, right from Star Wars and more back to Greek mythology. So then Hera was like, fuck you, I can make a baby on my own. I could do it myself, whatever. And how it wasn't a direct clone is probably, like God stuff. So, they're not like people. So then, she popped one out and it was ugly. So she's like, fuck this. And threw it off Mount Olympia. That's not Mount Olympus. I know what I'm talking about. You should trust everything I say. Because of my fantastic way of saying things. Like Mount Olympia. It's actually a place called Olympia. Anyway, so good old chucked him off Mount Olympus. And because he was a freaking god, he lived. And then he came back and made cheers for everyone, and the cheers nearly killed him. It's pretty intense. Anyway, so that's my second fave. And I had another one. Yeah. Which was Zeus fucks shit up. And put my wine down. This needs hand injections for this. Alright, so there was this guy, he had a wife. And the wife was like, hot. So Zeus was like, my necklace just, fuck, whatever. And so Zeus was like, I want some of that. So then, this guy was off at war, and Zeus was like, get on his wife. Because Zeus is a cock, and he's a dick. Anyway, so he dressed up as this dude, and he went to his wife and was like, hey, not went into, that's later in the story. And he was like, hey, how's it going, babes? I'm home from war. And she's like, hubby! And Zeus stopped time. Zeus stopped time for 3 days just so that they could bang. For 3 days, that's some stamina the guy's got there. Respect, but also it's right because it's under false circumstances, so not cool, Zeus. So that happened, And then the guy came home, the actual guy came home from work and saw his war, and he came home to see himself fucking his wife, and he's like, what's going on? And then the guy who's fucking his wife, who was Zeus, turned into an eagle and flew out the window. And then the king was like, what? You cheated on me. She's like, I thought it was you. And then he was like, no, you fucking cheated on me. So, he had her killed. Makes sense. And then his kid was Perseus. Yeah. It was Perseus. That one was Perseus. There's a lot of demigods head by Zeus. Zeus can't keep his dick in his pants. Zeus chill. We don't want to get this to get too lengthy, so maybe I'll do a part 2. Who knows? I've got a great story about Dionysus, who is my favorite Greek god, actually. Funnily enough, because he's the god of theatre, madness and ecstasy, not the drug, the feeling, and drinking. Let me cut this off here, and one more thing. We have one main YouTube channel now, which is, so you can just go there for all the dates. I mean, I'll still keep this one up, and I'll upload videos to both, because, you know, the main channel is for updates on the revolution, and Jonas would just kick my ass. Kick it. Right in the butt. If I was posting too many, like, scandalous things on there, so, like, whatever. But, no. Because he has a rating boner for the revolution and for France, and I feel if I stepped on it, I'd get my foot impaled. So, I can not have too much fun on that channel. Tragic, I know. But, so if you want the true good times, then Grantaire is the place to be. Yeah. But if you want to know all the other kids, who are lovely, by the way, they're great. Great people. Head over to that other channel, I'll link you in the description, and, can be like, hey, cool, it's not just your local drunkard, yeah. But, if you, ever get sick of their political talk and, colds, I'll be here in a drunken coma-like state, and, we can have a good time. It'll be great. So I might do a part 2 of these if, you guys are like, holy shit, tell us more Greek god stories, and I'll be like, fuck, okay, God, I will. You know, all I do is help the masses. So, you know goddamn right I'm posting this on the Revolution channel, though. I live to piss off our great and fearful leader. As I said, I'm more of an Apollo-like guy.